Hey guys, this is Chris from 30daysofconcealment.com, and I guess I want to do a little intro video of why I have this site. As you can see, the purpose of this site is for me to, under Florida law, get a concealed carry weapon permit and carry it with me for 30 days, every day, basically 24 hours a day. I don't own any guns right now. I did have my grandpa did give me a couple shotguns, but I've never opened them from a case. Actually, unfortunately, sorry Grandpa. Never had a handgun. My dad's never really had I think maybe he had one 30 years ago. Never had one since. Doesn't particularly like them. My mom didn't like me buying plastic guns as a kid, and I've maybe been to a range once a couple years ago for, just for fun, just to see what it was like. Maybe that was like 4 years ago. So definitely I don't have a lot of guns in my family. I don't have any, I didn't grow up being what they might call a gunny family. And this all started with the idea of, as we all know, that gun prices have gone up quite a bit since Obama and his administration have been in office. Gun prices have gone up, ammo has been scarce, at least as of this date, in May, end of May 2009. And it's been a joke that Obama's the world's greatest gun and ammunition salesman. And that just kind of caught my eye, like, that there's this craze about that. That because a lot of the people in his administration, himself being from, I guess it's from Chicago, that that a lot of laws and bills have been introduced that are, I guess you call it, from the anti-gun crowd. So that just, it's been on the news a lot. There's just been a lot of interest in it, and I'm just got kind of curious about it. Actually, one of the big things is one of my employees for my business. He wanted to buy a gun. He actually bought a gun used, and he bought a Springfield XD45. This is his first gun. He got it used. He got it for a really good deal from a friend of his for $400. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I haven't shot it or anything, but I just thought that was interesting. It kind of just sparked my interest. We started talking about guns. And, it's interesting that, that is, you have the Second Amendment, which allows us to, basically, the right to bear arms. And most states have a right for people to carry a gun with them. And most states concealed, and some states actually open carry. Here in Florida, it's a concealed carry. And, I just think that's interesting. Like, you can walk around with a gun on you at all times, pretty much anywhere except for certain locations, which I'm going to find out more about now, which I believe is like schools and government buildings and church and things like that. So that's pretty interesting. You can walk around with a loaded weapon. You talk to people from other countries. The fact that we own guns is crazy. The other side of the story is that the whole idea of the Constitution, the way our country was founded is, that the government should fear its people and not the other way around. And the idea that guns are kind of keeps everyone in check. I've read on a gun forum that the guy says that guns make people polite. I'm not quite sure if I'm sure that's true. That's actually by a Nut and Fancy YouTube channel, NUTNFANCY. You look for him on YouTube. He has the most prolific YouTube profile there is, almost. And I'm not sure if I believe that or not. And the whole idea is, are people who carry guns gun nuts? Are they crazy? Is it warranted? Is it necessary? Is it needed? Are we really, it's all about, Second Amendments, right to bear arms, things like that. But is that really necessary? Is that true? Is it needed? Is it necessary? Should the average person have a gun with them? And I'm a pretty average person. And I'm going to vlog what it's like to, what is it like to carry a gun on you 24 hours a day within a full limits of the law is to, carry a gun with you. And, I'm researching guns and finding things out, and I'm going to interview some people, and I want to see what it's about, and I want to report to you, and I want to blog to you every day what it's like. Do I feel safer? Do I feel paranoid? Is it needed? I live in a pretty safe community in a suburb, things like that, and I've never felt the need for a gun personally, but I think it's interesting, and you can get a license for it, so, why not? At the minimum, I'm going to walk away with this, I think, with more education, and I think that's something people lack. I think people have either a very biased viewpoint against gun ownership and concealed carry permits, or a passionate support of it. So I'm going to see, what I think of that, because I told a couple people, I was like, hey, do you want a gun, or I'm going to have this website, 30daysofconcealment.com, and some people think I'm a nut, a total nut, and I can see how most, gun owners like that, they're going to get that type of response from the general public, and that may or may not be the correct type of response, but let's go ahead and let's let it ride, let's document the whole process, and it's going to be informational for me and informational for you guys who are considering getting a concealed weapons permit, buying your first gun. This is going to kind of be like my whole experience, finding out about a gun and learning about it, education. I'm going to probably take multiple training classes, things like that. So you can kind of follow along with me and you can learn with me. I'm not the expert, I don't claim to be. I'm very far from an expert, but I'm going to be speaking to experts, learning from experts, talking to guys like that, and just finding out. And you'll see from someone who basically has no bias about guns, doesn't know a whole lot about guns. I do know what an AK-47 looks like. I watch a lot of TV. But, let's see, after 30 days of carrying a gun, education, training, talking to people, what is going to be my, take on the whole thing. So, hopefully you'll enjoy that. I think there's a lot more people who are curious about gun ownership than actually are gun owners, and hopefully this will be meant to educate them. So this is just basically kind of a little research project. You follow me along, and I'm going to go over a lot of the different ways for basically deep concealment. I have a normal job. I wear a t-shirt to work most days, t-shirt and shorts. So my premise is going to be on the basis of deep concealment, which is, as you can see here, I need to be able to wear regular clothes and, carry the gun with me. I live in Florida, it's going to be hot, so I'm not going to have a big old, a full-size gun. It's going to be compact or subcompact gun, and I'm going to go over a lot of the different ways to conceal under deep concealment, which is, not like ready access, not on the hip, not necessarily in the waistband, but something that can remain secure and not be seen. That's the main thing. I'm going to actually have at least 2 guns for this project. I'm thinking about a Ruger LCP, which is their lightweight compact pistol, and a Smith & Wesson Sigma 911. I'm not 9mm, and just see how that goes. So that's it. Again, you saw from the other video, I'm off my concealed weapons permit class, and I will keep you updated. So hopefully you guys think I'm not crazy. Later.